Hey there, everybody. We have just a couple of minutes before we get started with a little yoga. We're going to go for about 45 minutes or so here on Facebook Live. I'm coming to you from the Neva Lomason Library Facebook page. Because they're supporting this class. So we do this every Tuesday at this time at 6 o'clock, and it's a little hot outside, but it is nice weather, so I thought I would get the opportunity to practice outside with you guys today. So there's the clock striking 6. If you've not done yoga with me before, my name is Angie Pace, and I've been a registered yoga teacher teaching yoga classes now since 2005. And so I'm just happy that the library asked me to teach these community classes. And for tonight's class, you will need at least one block, okay, or something similar to the size of a block if you don't have one at home. If you have two, sometimes that can be really helpful for lunging. So have those handy. Just let the palms come together at your heart center. And namaste, everyone. So let's just start by kind of slowing things down and getting connected with the breath, connected with the physical body, and just aware of what's going on within ourselves mentally. So either close your eyes or send your gaze downward toward the ground out in front of you. Then just allow yourself to start rooting in through the sits bones, reaching down into the earth, and then extending up through the midline of your body, reaching up through the crown of the head. So just noticing your rhythm of breath as you kind of get your alignment in order. The better aligned the physical body, the easier it is for us to take deep cleansing breath. And so throughout our practice tonight, we'll be kind of sitting with this awareness as we move into the more active part of our practice. The shoulders are rolled open, the sternum is slightly lifted, so the chest is broad. We're just breathing here. So at the beginning, we are just allowing the breath to flow freely rather than trying to manipulate it or control it in any way. Checked in with the body, reconnected with the breath. Now we're just going to kind of go inward and see where your mind is right now. So where is your mind right now? Is it present? Is it distracted? Just noticing without any judgment. Just a few more breaths here. And when you're ready, just start to blink the eyes open if they are closed. We're actually going to start at the back of the mat. in our balasana, in our child's pose. So take your time making that transition now. And for child's pose, you can have your knees a little bit further apart with the big toe mounds touching behind you, or you could have your knees closer to hip width level. And then just allowing yourself to rest, either forehead on the ground or forehead on stacked hands, stacked fists. Balasana. Child's pose is a very grounding pose. And so while we're here at the very beginning, give yourself the permission to come back to this pose at any point that you need to. You feel low energy, or you just need to take a little break, and then you can rejoin the group when you're ready. So from here, let's start to extend the arms out in front of us, about shoulder width apart. And we're going to come on up to hands and knees. And then from here, we're going to come straight into our dog tilt, our cow pose. And then exhale, pull the navel in, pressing through the hands and the knees and the tops of the feet as you come into your cat tilt. And just back and forth 2 more times. Inhale, dog tilt, coming into cow. Exhale, cat. And 1 more time. Inhale, dog tilt. Exhale, cat. And press back into child's pose again. Just briefly here. So we're going to do that again. We're just going to kind of add on to it and just extend this vinyasa, this flow. So really let your breath sync up with the movement of the body, and see if you can find sort of a little meditative aspect of this flow. So inhale, hands and knees coming straight into cow, into your dog tilt. Exhale, rounding into cat. Now this time, inhale, coming back into that dog tilt. Curl your toes under this time. Exhale, send the hips up, downward facing dog. Breathing here, big breath in. As the breath flows out, just lowering your knees. And then again, pressing back into child's pose. So we're just going to keep this going, adding on as we go. Inhale, dog tilt. So come on to the hands and knees. Exhale, cat tilt. Inhale, dog tilt. Curl your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, lower. And then 2 more times. Inhale, lifting the heels as we press through the hands, pulling the navel in. Exhale, lower. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Lower the heels, lower the knees. Pressing yourself back again into child's pose. So let's take just a little pause here before we add on even more. Come up onto your elbows like I am. And then see if you can stretch the wrist just by pulling with one hand, the other hand back. And then doing the same thing on the other side. So here we go. We're going to add on to that vinyasa. Inhale, hands and knees, dog tilt. Exhale, cat tilt. Inhale, dog tilt. Curl your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now inhale, just one heel lift this time, lifting both heels just once. And then exhale, and lower. Inhale, reach that right leg up. And as you exhale, we're going to step the right foot through. So we're in our low lunge with that back knee on the ground. So here's where you may or may not need blocks under your hands. Big breath in. As the breath flows out, I'm going to bring the hips back and bring that right leg toward extension. 2 more pulses here. Inhale, forward. Exhale, pulsing back. 1 more time. Inhale, forward. Exhale, pulsing back, and then just hanging out here for about breath. Very slowly coming back into your low lunge. We're going to step back into downward facing dog. Take as many steps as you need to make your way back to down dog. Inhale, left heel reaches up. Exhale, step through. Right knee to the ground. Inhale into this low lunge. Exhale into your half pyramid pose. Okay? 2 more times. Inhale, forward. And exhale, coming back. 1 more time. Inhale, forward. And then exhale, bringing that left leg toward extension. Toward being the key. It doesn't have to extend all the way. 3 breaths here. Keep the navel in. More breath. Slowly coming back into that low lunge. Stepping back into downward facing dog and then lowering your knees, pressing your hips back into child's pose. So we're going to do 1 more round of that add-on, and then we'll eventually make our way to standing from there. So inhale, hands and knees, dog, tilt into that cow pose. Exhale, cat. Inhale, dog, curl the toes. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower. Inhale, right leg lifts up. Exhale, take as many steps as you need to bring that right leg through. Left knee to the ground. Inhale, low lunge. Just 1 pulse here. Exhale, back. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg reaches high. Exhale, step it through. Right knee to the ground. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, coming into that extension through the left leg. Inhale, back into your low lunge. Lift that back knee, make it a high lunge, and then shift the weight forward as you come into a forward fold. So here the knees can be bent if they need to be, if there's any tenderness in your lower back. Otherwise, we just work toward extending the legs without locking the knees. So grab hold of your opposite, or cross your arms rather, and then just let your head hang. Let the crown of the head direct itself down toward the ground. Crossing the arms, bend the knees if they're not already, and we'll just slowly start to roll our way up to standing. And so taking your time, once you get in there, I'm just making some adjustments here so I don't cut my head off. So hands at the heart center, and we're just going to root down through all 4 corners of each foot. And so to find those 4 corners, lift your toes, spread your toes wide, keep the toes spread, and then lower them back down. You'll feel those 4 corners, kind of 2 in the front near the balls of the feet, the outer edges of the feet, and inner edge of the feet, and then the 2 that are located nearer toward the heel of the foot. Inhale, reaching out and up as you keep rooting down through the feet. Look up as the palms touch, and as you exhale, draw the hands down the midline. Inhale up partway flat back. Maybe press your hands against your shins, or come up onto the fingertips. Fingers on the ground. Exhale and lower. Inhale, slight bend through the knees. Protect your lower back as you reach up and over. Exhale. Hands can rest at the chest. Inhale, reaching out and up again. This time we're going to grab hold of the right right wrist, and then exhale into a side bend towards your left side. Rooting down through that right foot as best you can. Inhale back to center. Grab hold of the left wrist. Exhale. Gentle side bend to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale. Place the hands in the lower back area, the sacrum, pointing the fingertips down. And then as you inhale, press your hips forward and just look up towards the sky. Don't go too far here. Just doing a standing back bend, so see what's available to you. And then inhale, coming back upright. Exhale, and just holding. Inhale up partway, flat back. Exhale and release into your hold. Inhale, sweeping out and up. Grabbing hold of that right wrist. Exhale, side bend left. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, back to center. Hands on the lower back. And then exhale. Prepare. Inhale, coming into your back bend. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands come to rest at the chest. All right, so we're going to do one more variation on those half salutes. And so for this variation, grab a block if you have it, or you could even get like a book that is this size, since we're practicing from home. Place that block in front of the left foot, hands at the chest, inhale, reaching out and up. Exhale into that fold. Inhale, up front, flat back. Exhale, fold. Place your left hand on top of your block, bend your left knee, and on an exhalation, twist toward your right side. So my chest is open toward the right side of my mat. Palm, the right hand open towards the right side. Fingers spread wide. Take one more breath. You're either looking to your side or you're looking up beyond the fingertips of that lifted right hand. And then exhale. Float the arm down. We're going to pick that block up, put it on your right side. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So inhale, and as we exhale, keep this right knee bent and twist with your left side this time. And don't worry if the arm has to be closer to parallel to the ground. Maybe you have tightness in the shoulder. That's okay. Be where you need to be. Take one more breath and then float. Inhale, coming up partway, flat back here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out wide as you come up. Slight bend to the knees. Exhale, hands to the rest at the chest. And so hopefully we have created some heat in the practice, because we're going to come into our full salutes now. So coming to the top of your mat, not there already. Inhale, reaching out and up. Exhale, hold. Inhale up partway, flat back. Exhale into your fold, stepping back or hopping back with control into your plank. Shifting forward on your toes, lowering your knees maybe this time, letting the elbows in, lowering down. Control. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale. Hands and knees, the toes curl under. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Breathing. When you're ready, then step or hop your feet to the top of the mat. Take as many steps as you need to. Inhale, coming up partway, flatten your back. Exhale, and fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms out wide, coming up. Exhale, hands to rest at the chest. Going to keep this going. Inhale, reaching out and up. Exhale. Inhale, up partway, flat back. Exhale, and fold. Inhale, step the right foot back. Lower the knee. Inhale. Sweep your arms upright. Janiyasana, low lunge. Big breath in. Exhale. Right hand to the ground under that right shoulder as you forward, activate that core. Exhale, lower either the knees or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, and step the right foot through. Exhale, left knee to the ground. Get your foundation. And then inhale, sweep your arms up. Low lunge, other side. Deep breath in. Exhale, left hand to the ground, under that shoulder as we twist now towards this right side. You can keep this a low twisting lunge with a knee on the ground. You could lift that back knee away. See what's working for you on this side. Take one more breath. Exhale. Both hands to the ground. Shifting the weight forward, stepping that left foot in, coming up part way. Flatten your back, pull your navel in. Exhale, pull. Sweeping out and up. Exhale. To the heart. Alright, so let's do that one more time. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hold. Inhale, up part way, flat back. Exhale. Beautiful. Again, stepping that right foot back first. Lowering the knee. Inhale. Reaching. Exhale. Down to the ground. And then we place this right hand, inhale. Exhale, twist towards your left side. Lifting that back knee as an option, but also keeping it on the ground as an option. Lower that left hand down. Inhale, stepping back for our vinyasa, shifting forward. Either lower your knees here or full chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches up. Exhale, stepping through. Left knee to the ground. Inhale, at first we come into this upward expression. Exhale. Hands come to the ground. Place that left hand. Inhale. Exhale. Twist towards this right side. Either keep that back knee grounded or lift it. And on the next exhalation, hands to the ground. Shift the weight forward. Step that back foot in. Coming up part way as you flatten your back here. And exhale. To your fold. Inhale, slight bend in the knees as you sweep the arms out and up. Hands touch. Exhale. Hands going to rest at the chest. So relax the arms down for a moment. We're just going to take a little balance break. And so we're going to start with more of a beginner variation of hand to big toe. Because hand to big toe is something that is accessible to all of us. And so we're all going to practice here at the beginning this variation. So shift your weight out of your left side. That's the side that's going to go up first. And when you're ready, hug that knee. And you're standing on the right foot. Now, you might have to use a chair to hold on to a chair. And if you are holding onto the chair or a wall, use your right hand. Okay? Keep hold of the knee with the left hand. And then when you're ready, reach around the front of your knee with the left hand and start opening that knee out. Try to level your hips as much as you can. That left hip in this case wants to be much, much higher. Just keep coaxing it down. Slowly coming back to center with your knee. And then releasing it down. Same thing other side. Empty all the way now out of your right side. And when you're ready, hug that knee with one hand or both hands, depending on if you need to be holding on to anything right now. Now with my support leg, I'm standing on my left leg right now. And so I'm being very mindful to not lock that left knee. I want to keep the little micro bend of the knee, and that's going to help protect the knee, but it's also going to help with my overall level of balance. Reach around the front of that right knee with the right hand. And just open that knee out to the
side. Now I can tell my right hip is higher, so I'm just going to drop it down, level it out as much as I can. One more breath here. Slowly coming back to center and releasing that foot down. So we're going to do that again. And for many of you, you might just do exactly what we just did with the knee instead. If you've been practicing hand to big toe or Padagusasana series, then you can go a step further with me. And so just know that you have this available to us just like we did before, and that's what some of us will be doing. But if you're going a step further, I'll kind of turn, let's say right here. If you're going a step further, we reach down and we grab hold of the foot or the big toe, whatever works for you. Some folks like me, I like to put my 2 fingers in between my big toe and my pinky toe and kind of wrap the fingers around the big toe. So we might just be practicing right here, getting our balance if we're moving into this more advanced version of expressing hand to big toe. Over time, we work toward extending this leg. I don't know if y'all can see, but it's straight out in front of me. Okay. Even here, I'm trying not to lock through either knee. And then when you have your balance and you feel ready, you might start moving that left leg out to the side. One more breath wherever you are. And then slowly bringing that knee or the leg back to center, releasing down. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So take your time and do all the way down to that right side. And really, connect with that so that you are fully ready. You're not kind of wobbling about as you move into beginning this balance practice. So when you're ready, either keep hold of that knee or extend, this time that right leg. Breathe. Now, whether you're doing the beginner version or the more advanced version, you want to keep your chest lifted, keep the shoulders rolled open so that the back does not round. When you're ready, reach that leg out to the side, or if you're just doing the knee, reach the knee out to the side. Core is braced. Take one more breath. And slowly coming back to center. Release the foot down. And just take a moment. Shoulders are rolled open. Face your palms forward. Feet are about hip width apart. You have the tailbone dropping, the lower abdominal muscles lifting up. Facing the palms of the hands forward, maybe closing the eyes and just checking in, noticing how you're feeling, getting grounded. Breath. As you open your eyes, bring your hands back together at the chest. And go for just a little more of our Surya Namaskar Salute practice. So inhale. Reaching out and up, looking up. Exhale, folding. Inhale, up partway, flatten your back here. Exhale, into your fold. Hands to the mat. We're going to set that right foot back again. And this time staying in a high lunge or spinning that back heel down. Okay, if it's too much of a challenge to stay on the ball of your back foot for crescent lunge like we're doing, then just come into warrior one instead. Reach the arms up. And we're actually going to grab hold like this toward the opposite elbow. Just broaden the shoulders here. Think about sending your weight not only into that front foot, but down the back leg, into your back foot. Take a big breath in. As the breath flows out, we're going to bring that right hand down to the block or the mat. Again. Big breath in. Exhale into the mat. Stepping back into plank. Inhale, shift forward. chaturanga or hands and knees. Inhale, up over cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches high. Exhale, stepping through. Stay on the ball of the back foot or spin the back heel down. Find your balance. Inhale, reach the arms out. Relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw, soften your gaze. One more breath. Exhale, left hand to the ground, right underneath that shoulder as we twist towards this right side. This is to intense lower the left knee down. Modification, always modify. If you need to, take one more breath. Exhale, put that arm down. Shift the weight forward. Inhale, up partway, flatten your back. Exhale, hold. Inhale, reach the arms out wide. Inhale. Exhale. Chest. Again, inhale, reaching out and up. Exhale, hold. Inhale, up partway, flat back. Let's step that left foot back first this time. High lunge or warrior one. Let's grab hold the opposite forearms toward the elbows. Kind of frame the head with your arms here. Take a big breath in. Exhale, twisting toward that right side. Next exhalation, hand to the ground, stepping back plank. Inhale. Exhale, shift forward, either lower chaturanga or the knees. Inhale, cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So that's just your more beginner vinyasa. You might do that the whole time, and that's fine. Breathe. Inhale, left heel reaches up. Exhale, stepping through. Inhale. Crescent lunge or warrior one. Exhale. Inhale, deep. Exhale, on board. Inhale, shifting forward. Inhale, part leg. Exhale, hold. Inhale, sweep the arms out wide. Exhale. Resting the hands at the chest. So let's keep this going. Inhale, reaching out and up. Exhale, hold. Inhale, up partway, flat back. Exhale, hold. Stepping back. Right foot, spin that back heel down. And then windmill the arms, warrior two. Front knee is bent, right over the ankle. And we're kind of pressing through the outer edge of this back foot. Remember that we have this whole back leg that we can put our weight on. We tend to put all the weight in this front leg, so remember to stand firmly with both legs, warrior pose, that makes sense. Inhale, reaching up and back into reverse warrior. Exhale, coming into side angle, or maybe extended side. We're going to pulse with that 2 more times. Inhale, Prasrita Virabhadrasana. Exhale. Into that extended side angle. Last time, inhale, reach. Exhale. Maybe you're able to, go a little deeper into your extended side angle. Hand on the block, hand on the ground. You might still be resting here with the forearm on the thigh. Maybe you can take that right, or that left hand rather, left arm, bring it under the left thigh, and then bring your right arm back behind you to clasp your hands. Breathe wherever you are. And then turning back toward the ground. Back into our lunge, stepping back plank. Inhale, shift forward, exhale, lower. Inhale, up, up, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. turn, so I don't have my back to you guys. So this time we're going to step that right foot through, spin the back heel down, good heel, warrior two. We're going to do those 3 pulses, so keep your core braced to make these movements very graceful. Inhale, reach back, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle, or maybe the arm goes over the head for extended side. 2 more really graceful pulses like that. Inhale, reaching back. Exhale, side angle. One more time, inhale. Let's reach it back. Exhale, come into the deepest expression of side angle or extended side. So for some of us, that might be hand on the block on the ground. Some of us be able to bring that right arm under the right thigh, left hand back behind you to clasp the hands. And we're spiraling the chest, left side of the chest up towards the sky. One more breath. Exhale. Turning facing the ground. Back to your right. Reach your forward, step that back foot in, coming up partway to the line of the back of your hands. Exhale, hold. Inhale, sweeping the arms out wide, coming up. Exhale. And rest back to the chest. So again, just checking in with yourself, noticing how you feel. We're getting ready to come into some deeper flexibility practice, especially for the hips. We're going to come into our pigeon series. And we're going to approach that through our sun salute, so back to the top of the mat. Inhale, reaching out and up. Exhale, hold. Inhale, up partway, flat back. Exhale, and forward. We're going to step our hop and feet back into plank, just doing a regular full salute here, shifting forward. Or chaturanga or half chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or forward. Exhale. So I do a little pulse here, and you can be on your hands and knees if this is too intense. But otherwise, staying down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts up. Keep your navel hugged in. Exhale, hug that knee in toward the head, hip toward the knee as you slightly shift forward on the toes of the left foot. Inhale, extend, reach out to the foot. Exhale, hugging in. Inhale, extend, reach out. Exhale, hugging in. And then lowering that leg down to the ground. Here's where you may need your block to put under, in this case, that right thigh, right hip area. Okay? But if you can comfortably come into your pigeon without the block, then do that. Then look back behind you. Make sure that your leg is straight back behind you. Even the toes of that back foot are facing back, not inward and not outward. Okay? And then just see what you can do to bring a levelness to your hips, because what tends to happen in this case, especially, most of our weight's going to be wanting to go into this right side. And so we just keep inviting it into that left side as well. Now, the more you have your front shin closer to parallel with the front of the mat, the more intense this is going to be of a hip opener. You can modify that by bringing your ankle, or your heel rather, back closer towards your groin. Okay, so I just wanted to turn to the side to show you guys that really quickly. Extend as much as you can, and then keep that extension as you move into your fold here. So you might be on your hands, you might be on your elbows and forearms. You may be able to extend the arms, rest your head on the ground. So we wanted to generate a lot of heat into this practice so that we would be nice and open and ready to come into this pigeon, this Raja Kapotasana. So from here, I'm just going to press back up onto the hands, and then see if you can curl the toes of your foot underneath you. Okay, that back foot. That's kind of step one. All right. Now you could use a strap here if you can't quite grab hold of your left foot with your left hand. All right. So strap is an option, but if you can grab hold of the foot with the hand, then you're going to grab around the inside of that foot. You can see. Yep. So some of those stay. Over time, you might be able to work the foot into the inside of your wrist. And then from there, over time, working the foot to the inside of your elbow. And maybe then let it go around. Clasp the hands. And sort of this preparatory pose for king pigeon. So take one more breath wherever you are. Anywhere from here to here. Okay. And then exhale. Hands on the ground. We're going to shift our way back into downward facing dog. And we're going to take our time setting up on the other side. So left leg reaches high, inhale. Exhale, hug that knee in toward the head, hip toward the knee. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, drawing in. One more time, inhale, lift that leg. Exhale, drawing in. And then placing the leg for pigeon. Remember, it is up to you how intense this is. Use your block under your left hip if you need to. Bring that heel closer to your groin if you need to, that's fine. Take a big breath in. As the breath goes out, start to walk your hands out in front of you. You might stay on your hands, or you might be able to come down the forearms. See what's available. Next inhalation, just start to make your way back upright. Okay, so we're going to start by curling the toes of that back foot under. Okay, and I wanted to get the camera a little closer to me so you can see what I'm talking about. See, I just have the toes curled underneath me, and so some of us are going to stay right here. Okay, over time though, you might be able to lift that foot and maybe even grab hold of the inner edge of that foot. Like I said before, on the other side, you could use a strap here to do this. If you can't quite reach the foot, just hold on to the strap. Over time, we work our foot to the inside of the wrist. You can see a lot better from this side. All right. And over time, we work that foot into the crook of your elbow. So obviously, the closer the foot comes to the body, the more stretch we're getting through this quadricep muscle. When you feel balanced, you might be able to reach and clasp the hands and come into this sort of variation on king pigeon. King pigeon is when we're grabbing hold of the foot with both hands back behind us. So take one more breath wherever you are. And release. Come back to downward facing dog. And then from down dog, we're going to walk the feet up and come into a forward fold. Just our last standing forward fold before we come back down to the mat. So breathing here. Maybe your hands are on the ground. Maybe you have your arms crossed like you're doing before. Hands on the ground, stepping back into plank, lowering your knees, and I'm going to turn toward you guys so that you can see me a little bit better. As you lower onto the belly. Now, stretch the shoulders. So if you have any shoulder issues, be really careful here. Don't push beyond where you need to be, and that's really going to be the case with anything that we do in yoga. So we're going to start by extending our left arm out, and instead of it being in line with your shoulder, okay, I want it to be up here in line with your face, with your head, okay, so right there. All right, and then with my right hand, I have the palm of the hand right beside my chest on the ground. I'm going to lift this right foot, so my right thigh is on the ground. I'm just bending the knee to lift the foot. Inhale, and as I exhale, I'm going to press through my right hand and roll toward my left side. Now, that might have me resting the inside of my right thigh on top of the inside of my left thigh, and the foot just kind of resting on the ground wherever it can. Or I might be able to go a little bit deeper and put the ball, or the sole of the foot rather, on the ground and start reaching my knee kind of upward and back behind me. Let your head rest either on the ground or on a block here. And then slowly start to roll your way back to center. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So extend that right arm. Remember, line that hand up with your face rather than your shoulder. Left hand is right beside the chest. On the left side, left foot lifts by just bending that knee. Inhale and exhale. Press through this left hand to roll toward that right side. Toward being the word. You might, be in a more beginner expression. That's fine. Wherever you are, let's take 3 more breaths. And then just slowly rolling back to the belly. Hands are going to come out, and probably, unless you're practicing on a blanket like me, probably your hands will be off of your mat, okay? They're pretty wide. We're going to have the hands lined up with the head, and if you can see, I'm on my fingertips, and I have my elbows lifted, and we're going to come into some Bhujangasana pulses, some cobra pulses. So feet straight back behind you, inhale, and pulsing up, exhale, and lower down. Let's do that just 2 more times, inhale. And release. 1 more time, inhale. And release, and then stack one hand on top of the other. Rest your forehead onto the stacked hands for 3 breaths. Feel your navel press to the ground as you inhale. Feel it release from the ground as you exhale. 2 more breaths. Hands at chest level. Inhale, pressing up to your hands. Exhale, coming into child's pose. So you might have your knees closer together or apart. Doesn't matter. Just see what works best for you. Deep breath in. We're going to make our way into the sitting position. So just like we did at the beginning, where we're connecting with the alignment of the body, find that sitting posture again. Come into some twists, seated twists. So extend your legs out in front of you, take a twist, and we're going to take and cross this left foot over the right. So for some of us, we might kind of keep this right leg extended just have that left foot crossing over, and we might go into our twist that way. But if you can go a little bit further, bring that heel of the right foot in toward your left hip. Just sit up nice and tall. Hugging that left knee into the chest. Closing the gap really between the chest and the knee as the two reach toward one another. Inhale, extend this left arm. Exhale, and start to twist towards this left side. Now, when I come into my twist, at first, initially, I kind of lean back so that I can sort of move my abdomen beyond that thigh, and then I come back upright. So that's just a little trick that has helped me to actually like seated twists. I used to not like them, but it is amazing what giving yourself a little bit more space can do. Breathing deeply. And then slowly making your way back to center. Extend both legs. Do the same thing on the other side. So right foot crosses over, and you might be taking your twist, like that. Or we bring that left heel closer to the right hip. Sit up nice and tall. Close that gap of space between the chest and the knee. Inhale, right arm lifts up. Exhale, twisting toward that right side. Tip. So you might just keep hold of that right knee with your hand. You might be able to work the elbow, the outer edge of the right knee. Slowly coming back to center, extend your legs. Take your time reclining back when you're ready. Just rolling onto the back body, hugging the knees into the chest. You're going to take the palms of the hands to the knees and just do little circles, guided circles with your knees. And a few circles in the opposite direction. We're just preparing ourselves now for Shavasana. Letting the soles of the feet come down to the ground. So here, either keep your knees bent or maybe extend the legs. See what is most comfortable to you. Of course, if you have a bolster, you can use that under your knees. If you have two blocks, you can put those blocks under your thighs for lower back support. But just make sure that, especially through the lower back and through your neck, that those are two areas that feel supported and that feel as though they can relax, kind of loosen and ease. So take your time finding that comfortable Shavasana. I'm going to sit up to top us through just a little bit. So let your breath, just like we were doing in the beginning, just happen on its own. Let your breath be a tool that you use to keep coming back to again and again every time you notice that you become distracted, that the mind has wandered, and that you're no longer present. Back of the skull, relax the back of your shoulders, your sacrum, firmly making contact with the ground.
Arm bones, leg bones are heavy, head is heavy. With everything supported, you can let go. You can release. You can invite the muscles, body to gently ease away from the bones. Softening to the navel. No need to hold that in now. Just let it go. Breathe deeply. As you can breathe deep, cleansing, calming breath. Feeling the complete support of the ground and whatever other props you might be using. Staying with your breath. Hang out for just a few more breaths longer, unless you want to stay in Shavasana. If you want to have a little extended Shavasana, then that's your choice. This is your practice. You get to do that. Okay? But otherwise, take a few more breaths and just start sitting with that intention of putting the cap on Shavasana, coming out slowly, and then sitting back upright, taking that seat. And if you are sitting back up, just take this time to check in with yourself one last time before we wrap things up. Sounds going together at the heart center. And I hope that you have a restful evening. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. Alright, so thank you Neva Lomason Library for supporting this class, for the community, this free class. Hopefully I'll see you guys next week.